Ah, there he is. There he is. Holy shit. Ladies and dude, look at the first places. Subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe again. Stay beautiful. Feed Gatler. Dude, Yekindar's 26. This is making me feel old. All right, so they're giving you like his history here a little bit. I want to skip to the like. Let's just look at his events, I guess. So it's kind of weird because look at his first events, man. Holy, what a run, man! What a run! That major showing was such a disappointment, but like, pretty fucking insane. Can you guys also just like appreciate how aggressive this man is still? Like, holy. They talk about his stint on Liquid. We all try to forget that. Hyping up Maladoy. I just want to kind of get into their logic. I just want to hear like their reasoning. He's just talking about their season, how it went so far, and kind of how it progressed. I think it's like right down here is usually, damn. All right, here we go. Yekindar returns to the top 20 after missing out the past 2 years, being resurrected with Furia, whom he claimed his first trophies and made the climb to #1 in the world late in the year. Crazy surprise, crazy happy throughout this year. Later on, we had some success in Furia. I was thinking that would be such a great individual accomplishment for me last year. I did not expect 15th for sure, but that's what playing with a great team and winning trophies will give you. I feel like this redemption arc or whatever you want to call it worked great, and I just wish to keep it up. Latvian was crucial cog in those runs of Big 3 event trophies. Fissure, Chengdu, Blast rivals, claiming exceptionally valuable player nods at all 3. Yekinder did so thanks to step up in deep tournaments, 1.10 big match and arena rating show, and particularly stood out from his those below him on the list. Big difference being Fury going all the way instead of falling short, finishing runners up. Let's see. I'm just trying to see some. They always have some cherry picked, nice, fun stats to look into. You know what I mean? He's a true grand final specialist, as Furia's highest rated player of each of the Big 3 event title deciders, also playing a key role in the reverse sweep at a medium-sized Thunderpick World Championship with an overall 1.17 over 17 maps in the finals. That's 1.17 rating in 17 maps in finals is actually wicked. And a 1.35 rating in the map win of those finals alone. So anytime see, bro, well clear of his closest teammate at 1.22. 1.35, guys, as the hard entry. Like, genuinely, this is basically Yekinder in the finals is donk. Catch Yekinder in the finals. And he is donk. Like, that's what I'm reading here. This motherfucker does not mess around, dude. He does not mess around. I know I had a rough year and I never won a big land before Fissure. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and I knew I did everything I could before finals. Yekinder said about grand final performance, it comes from preparation and many different things. Bit of he's one of those. Does he have any rocks, dude? Wait, what are they? They're not rocks. They're stones? Or what are they? Crystals? Fuck. For playing playoffs or for winning, I'm not changing the jersey. Crystals, man. Minerals. Yeah, but I knew I did everything, and everything comes from stability inside the team and stability outside in the personal life. When all of that is good, there's no reason to not perform. He also improved on his average level in general, 1.09, up against world elite teams, posting 1.13 versus top 5. This guy only gets stronger. Like, as competition and pressure gets harder, Yekinder does too. Wait, pause. Hold on. That's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Wait. I meant he gets better as the competition does, okay? As the competition gets harder, so does Yekinder, and so do I, chat. Clip it. Like, comment, subscribe. There we go. Fuck. Enough for the 7th best of all players considering for the ranking. And for his somewhat frequent lows, 76.5% maps above 0.85 and the lowest on the top 20. He had highs to make up for the lack of stability, 37.7% above a 1.3. Whew. Yeah. Highs and lows, my God. We were talking about, I guess, so Yekinder is just an evolved version of Xerxin, really. While that helped him pip some of the players in stronger peaks and or more depth, ultimately Yekinder lacked in volume of strong tournament showing compared to the rest of the list, in part due to his late arrival and part due to his slow start into the tenure before his infurious potential was unlocked later in the year. Gonna focus on being the version of myself for the whole team and enjoy the most out of Fallen everybody around me. The hardest part right now is a question about Fallen's retirement. You never know when Fallen's going to pull the plug and he's just going to say, this is my last tournament. Good luck. Yekinder began when asked about his goals for 2026 for himself and the team, but at the same time, I don't know. He could sign to play for 4 more years, which would be great until we have a good enough replacement. He doesn't want to leave us and fuck us over in a way. I'm going to focus on being the version of myself for the whole team and enjoy the most out of Fallen being around You never know when things can end, when some shit goes down, and this can finish. So I'm just going to be focusing on living in the moment and trying my best every day. Yeah, I don't think there's really been any hints of fl0m's retirement, actually. Right? I mean, I know fl0m's like unk, but like, I think now this probably gave him a bit of a rejuicer, you know? Didn't fl0m just post he's playing for another year for sure? Maybe, I haven't seen it. He's last dancing for years. Yeah, but I feel like fl0m hasn't really like, it's more so people talking about it around him rather than him like baiting something, I feel. Maybe he is baiting it and I'm just not seeing the interviews where he's doing it. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm just coping for my unk, but I feel like him rifling and having so much success with Furia, he might not want to reboot it again, but as long as Furia is kind of like in this top 10, I mean, obviously they're higher than top 10, but I feel like as long as they're top 10, it's going to be really hard for fl0m to walk away. I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised, but who knows? It just makes me happy to see YEKINDAR in here, man. Like, what a turnaround on the season. Still, it really does just like amaze me every time I think about like what Furia did as a roster and how much success they had this year. It just makes no sense, man. It just actually makes no fucking sense. But good for him. Like, it's cool. Like, I never want to see players, you know, I'm not preying on their downfall. Also, dude, holy shit, he's got fancy Crocs. Wait, dude, I need these. What the hell? Chat, what are those? Those things look crazy. I need those, dude. I need to match. They look mad comfy, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, no, it's just like, dude, I feel like it's rare to see not one but multiple players kind of revitalize themselves. And we didn't just see YEKINDAR do it. We also saw fl0m do it, like with the rifle. You know what I mean? That's sick. Like on the same team, no less, going to an interact. Just so many things that aren't supposed to work in Counter-Strike these days, or at least be successful that fast, and having it all come together as quickly as it did was, yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. YEKINDAR's bold prediction was Paravision star. Oh, I always fuck up how you say his name. Aren't you supposed to say like Cello almost? Who made his first big appearance at Starlighter Budapest Major and turned heads with aggressive high impact play. Zello. He also featured 24th on HLTV's prospect report update from November, a spot he undoubtedly due to improve following his strong major debut. He was nuts. These guys were shooting hard. Paravision was a lot of fun to watch. And to sound like a hater, I'm glad they kind of crashed out when they did, because I feel like they were on a good run. And like I always tell you guys, I hate seeing like those teams then crash out in playoffs, because then you feel like they took it. Like, we had the most stacked playoff in history, and we had so many lopsided games in playoffs, and nobody's talking about how bad the format is. We're just talking about the teams. I love that. You know what I mean? That was something in the majors that always kind of felt a bit annoying, is like you'll sit there and you're people like, if Paravision was like in playoffs and they lose to somebody, people are like, oh dude, they, you know, the format, blah, blah, blah. But you can't really critique the format when you have literally every top team ranking wise in the playoffs and we got lopsided games, and it's just about the teams. People can't fucking cope, you know what I mean? All right, let's take a glance at these stats. And while we do, chat, who do you think is going to get 14th now? You think we're going to start seeing Spinks pop up here soon? Maybe a Wonderful? Although they put a lot of value in majors. And I think Wonderful has like some pretty crazy major stats. You guys think Heavy Cheeks? I think Frozen should be higher, maybe. I guess I don't know. Crazy stats. Yeah. Dude, hey, crazy stats. 76.3% round win rate after a kill. Second high. I wonder who's number one. Was the fourth best player in grand finals. As a hard entry, man. Jesus. Opening kills per round, number 2. You think Donk? I wonder if it's not Donk, though. Round win after a kill, because I feel like Donk gets so many. Like, I feel like this would be like, I feel like it wouldn't be Donk. Like, I feel like Donk would probably be a little bit lower, because he gets a lot of entries and Spirit loses a lot of rounds. No, though, it's still cool. It's cool to see some of these stats. I always like cherry pick stats like this are so much fun, though. Like, this one is so sick. The grand final rating, number 4, is a great stat for him, especially when you consider the role that he plays for the team. Oh, Flames is number 1? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They don't really fuck up, do they? All right, let me know who you guys think 14 is going to be. Let me know if you guys had YEKINDAR, you know, at 15 in the comments. Let me know if you had him higher or lower. Yeah, we'll end it there.